Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Olectra Greentech Limited's Q2 FY23 earnings conference call hosted by Axis Capital. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during this conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Nishit Jalan from Axis Capital. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Q2 FY23 result conference call of Olectra Greentech. We have the management team with us. We have with us Mr. K.V. Pradeep, Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Sharat Chandra, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Hanuman Prasad, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer. I'll now hand over the call to Mr. Sharat Chandra for his opening remarks, post which we can move on to Q&A. Over to you, Sharat.
Good evening, everyone. I'll hand over to Mr. K.V. Pradeep, our Chairman and Managing Director, for introductory remarks.
Thank you very much. I welcome all the participants, and with a solid growth across all markets and significant rise in our revenues and operating margins, we are happy to report that a strong set of results in Q2 and H1 of financial year 22-23. Our success is a result of our commitment to push the boundaries and the drive and talent of our workforce. These benefits our stakeholders. We are grateful to our team and all stakeholders and are very much committed to deliver profitable and sustainable results on a consistent basis. Also, here I would like to mention that Olectra team as a whole striving for delivering of maximum number of pulses in spite of having various inconveniences. Still, our teams are striving very hard to deliver the required number of pulses, and also parallel to this, we are striving hard to develop new products. We are designing various new products. Parallelly, we are implementing it and we are developing. With which
This is the operator, so I'm sorry to interrupt. May I please request you to move the phone closer to you, sir?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
We wish to say that as a whole, the Olectra team is working for better results for the organization as well as for the investors who have great trust in the organization and who have given complete free hand to the management to build the business. Thank you very much. Now I hand over the mic to Mr. Chandra, CFO, to take over the further proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. We are taking as read the presentation which is put on our website along with the safe harbor statement thereon. As our Chairman and Managing Director has mentioned, we are very pleased to announce a very strong set of results in Q2 and H1 with robust growth in revenue and EBITDA. The performance of H1 quarter is quite significant in terms of both top line and bottom line growth and achieved highest ever half-yearly top line and operating margins. I will begin with providing the key financial highlights for the first half earnings and then take you through the detailed financials. For H1, on a standalone basis, our company has delivered 370% growth in top line, 157% growth in EBITDA and 421% in PAT versus H1 of last year. The key highlights are as follows. Our standalone revenues ended at 517 crores versus INR 110 crores, an increase of 370% over last year, primarily driven by electric bus segment, which has grown by 617% and followed by insulator segment, which also has contributed to the growth by 10%. In terms of gross operating margins, the margins in insulator segment has also shown significant improvement due to design optimization and higher export sales, which contributes higher margins. However, overall in terms of value, The electric bus segment has contributed significantly by delivering 280 buses versus 29 buses last year. And also higher operating incomes we have generated from bus operations in Pune. On the fixed cost side, there is an increase in operating expenses in line with increase in production activity. In the bus operation side, the operating expenses have gone up by about 7.2 crores due to full-fledged bus operations. And in terms of administrative and selling expenses, higher travel costs by about 1.42 crores, and also increase in export C&F expenses and selling expenses have contributed due to higher operating activity by about 3.4 crores. As far as EBITDA is concerned, we have achieved significant growth over last half year in absolute terms and delivered 58.7 crores in current half year versus 22.9 crores in the last half year, with a growth of 157%. In terms of value, about 35.9 crores. And EBITDA margin at 11% is almost similar to previous 2 quarters. The finance costs for H1 are higher at 15.42 crores, 4 crores versus 2.9 crores. This is mainly due to higher production volumes in the current year, and in terms of higher utilization of fund-based and non-fund-based limits in e-bus segment, and higher utilization of cash credits and export packing credits in insulator division. Overall, the net profit for the quarter stood at 29.9 crores in the current half year versus 5.7 crores in the last half year, showing a significant growth of 24.2 crores, mainly driven by electric bus segment. On the tax line, the tax rate is 24% for the current half year versus 32% in the last year. In terms of cash flows, our working capital requirements are being serviced efficiently through optimum utilization of credit facilities, better collections and internal accruals. Higher build-up of working capital as on 30th September is in line with the revenue growth. Overall, we believe that we are well placed and poised to deliver strong results in the current financial year 22-23. Thank you.
So are you ready to take questions now?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. To ask a question at this time, please enter star and then 1 on your touchtone telephone. If your questions are answered, you may enter star 2 to withdraw yourself from the question queue. Participants are requested to please use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Our first question is from the line of Nikhil Kale from Axis Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for taking the question. Just wanted to understand more on how are you looking at the various which states are you seeing moving fast in terms of the EV penetration? And generally, what are the different tenders that are kind of going out? Which are the key states in terms of the tenders that are there for electric buses right now?
No, what is the question? So can you just repeat the question, please?
So I just wanted to understand if you could just give us some more color on which states are kind of moving fast in terms of moving towards electric buses. Which are the tenders you feel can come up over the next maybe 1 or 2 years? Where are you seeing demand come?
Good. So, as far as the states are concerned, Maharashtra is progressing well, and various transport agencies, transport units in Maharashtra are inviting tenders at state level, and apart from that, Government of India, perhaps you may be knowing that CESL has floated one more very large tender of 5,600 numbers without VGF. Which is earlier the VGF was 45 to 50 lakhs. Now, Government of India wants to know the interest and the price level without VGF. They have floated 5,400 numbers. So this is the overall various tenders, major tenders that are being invited. However, apart from this, almost another 2,000 buses of tenders across the country, various SCUs have started floating, which are in pipeline. Apart from that, CESL is going to invite 50,000 electric bus tender in the coming 2-3 months time. So 50,000, once this 5,400 numbers gets concluded, now CESL wants to come up with a tender of 50,000 numbers. Apart from that, there are plans in one of the SCU in Maharashtra to float a tender for 2,000 numbers, which may go up to 5,000 numbers. So these are all the things. These are all probably my information may be in bits and pieces. I'll just list out one after other. Maharashtra as a whole, Maharashtra state is progressing well. Number two, in Maharashtra state and other states put together, the various municipalities have various transport organizations of respective governments have invited for about 2,000 numbers of tenders. ESL has floated a tender for 5,400 numbers. Tender has already been floated without subsidy. And once this 5,400 numbers gets concluded, immediately CESL wants to float one more tender for 50,000 numbers. That is one part. Apart from that, one of the major SQs in Maharashtra wants to float a tender, is preparing the tender document, wherein the numbers would be between 2,000 to 5,000 numbers. Still the numbers have not been frozen, but they are planning minimum of 2,000 numbers and the maximum of 5,000. So this is the future forecast of the tenders which are coming up.
And sir, what about the private side? Are you also seeing kind of demand coming in from private players, or is that still at a very nascent stage and not really a lot of demand there?
Yeah, even from the private side, the current situation is many of the private operators are showing interest in floating inquiries for buses, but because their financials, their balance sheets are not supporting them for travel of the finance, with which the private sales has not yet taken a full shot. Otherwise, a lot of private players are showing great interest towards the electric mobility, but as I mentioned, with their financials, the banks or the commercial organizations are not supporting. However, this would definitely come in 6-8 months' time. Definitely, there amount of issue in financial situation may make some changes or other, and they start financing even for these private operators.
And sir, then just considering the kind of robust kind of tendering activity that might happen over the next few years, I think our execution capability right now is around 150 buses per month. Is that right?
Yes.
Right. So then, what is the ramp-up plan? I mean, if you could just maybe give us some broad ballpark numbers or the capacity numbers that you're looking at over the next 2 to 3 years. How do you plan to ramp up capacity, and the kind of funding or the capex that will be needed to kind of ramp up capacity?
See, as far as the capacity ramp-up is concerned, as you know that Olectra is, the board has approved for raising capital for establishing a manufacturing facility for a capacity of 5,000 numbers now, and ultimate capacity of 10,000 numbers, for which the process is on. this plant may come up in coming 12 months' time, with which we shall be ready to manufacture 5,000 numbers per annum. What's the second part of your question?
No, I mean, the number of years that will be taken to say maybe ramp up to maybe 5,000 or 10,000 buses a year or something like that number, and generally, what is the capex number that you look?
What is it? Capex. Capex for the manufacturing facility you are talking?
Yeah.
It is between 600 to 800 crores.
Okay, 600 to 800.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I will get back in the queue.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we take the next question, we'd like to remind participants that you may enter *1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Dhruv Shah from Ambika Fincap. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, this is Nishit Shah here from Ambika Fincap. First of all, congratulations on a good set of numbers. I have a couple of questions. Mr. Pradeep, the landscape that you have mentioned in your presentation is enormous. The opportunity is very large. How are we gearing up to capture this opportunity? Because the question that I'm asking is in the context of the competition. Like we have been talking about expanding the capacity to 5,000 buses for last 12 months. I've been listening to the con call. But if you see that Tata Motors has been rapidly expanding their capacity and they can cater to 50,000 buses. So the point is, when there is an opportunity, we are still struggling to actually raise money. How are we going to face the competition and capitalize on the opportunity?
Yeah, very good question. Let me answer to the question in a detailed way. Probably you may be knowing that for all these days, Olectra is the market leader as far as the orders are concerned. Equally, even the deliveries. As of today, Olectra is the largest OEM which has supplied the maximum number of buses. Olectra buses have run 8.5 crore kilometers across the country. On Indian roads, it has run 8.5 crore kilometers. Apart from that, it is proud to say that being our company's product have run 10 kilometers, the competitors, both competitors, major players put together, it has not done even 50% of what we did. So that's the strength of our product, number one. Number two, having manufactured and delivered maximum numbers when compared to any of our competitors, we proudly say that we are far ahead than any of our competitors as far as manufacturing facility is concerned. Number two, you are right, not 12 months, but past 8 months we are discussing with, we are planning to go for the to enhance our manufacturing capacity, for which we have identified several locations, and also we have requested the government for various concessions to establish the manufacturing facility. To have that concessions in place, it has taken reasonable time, with which than planned we are delayed by 4 months. However, now the things are in place, the board has given approval, the process is on, and we are moving ahead with the fundraise. Apart from that, it is our commitment and it is our strength that the day we raise the fund, within 12 months' time, we will be shifting over to the new manufacturing facility, wherein we will be in a position to deliver 5,000 numbers a year. So I hope clear the doubt.
Sir, actually, you partly explained my question. The issue that I am raising is that you have a collaborator in BYD, which is a world leader in the technology. Then why are we not gunning for a market leadership? You are on one side in a slide, you are talking about the 200,000 truck buses requirement every year. Then we should be having a capacity for 25-30% of that. That means 50,000, 40,000 buses should be the capacity that we should be planning. We are planning only 5,000 buses. So are we not sure about the future, or what is it?
Very good question. So let me reply to this very interesting question. See, it is like this. Yes, you are absolutely right that the numbers, whatever we have presented, they are going to be the numbers, the real numbers. But here, the point is, it is going to be in a phased manner. The numbers that are presented are coming up in a phased manner. Today, if we require to establish, say for example, 25,000 or 50,000 capacity, it would be a overcapacity plant with which we shall be for some number of years, we shall be underutilizing it. We do not wish to invest the monies of our shareholders on the facility which we will not be using to the maximum. I really want to just make a correction in your statement that it is not 5,000 numbers. The ultimate capacity what we are designing this facility is 10,000. So that's the amount of, that's the plan, how we wish to go. Apart from that, also I would like to bring to your kind knowledge that apart from these buses, we are also developing various other products like tippers, which we have developed, and very soon we are going to present to our investors about the homologation, completion of homologation. Part 1. Part 2, we are also developing haulage trucks. The designs got finalized and the product is under development. Very soon, coming 3 to 6 months, we will be developing the haulage trucks, electric haulage trucks. These are the things, these are the developments or the new segments that are going to get developed in Olectra, with which the capacity of 5,000 watts today we are estimating and establishing manufacturing facility would be fully utilized. And 24 months time, we want to make this facility to 10,000. So I hope I am clear over my communication.
Yes, that is helpful. My other question, sir, is what if and how many years we have an agreement with BYD for supplying of the batteries? What if tomorrow BYD, like they already have for the cars, they are coming on their own. If they don't supply us battery, what is our alternate plan?
See, as far as the agreement is concerned, we have till 25, part 1. Part 2, being we are the largest electric bus manufacturing company, it is not only our necessity to get the batteries cells from BYD, but also it is their business interest to have association with us. So it is a mutual business interest which will give a win-win situation for both organizations. I don't foresee, I cannot say that there will not be any kind of deviation, but what we strongly believe is that both companies would like to have a strong association even post 25.
Yes, that is something which was in my mind, that the longer term association with the world leader on technology would have had. But I mean, I'm looking at the competition. Tata Motors have their own technology for the batteries. So obviously, BYD is not the only player. If tomorrow, by chance, in 2025, the agreement doesn't get renewed, then in that case, what is our plan B?
To be honest with you, various other battery manufacturers, world leaders in battery manufacturing, are seriously striving to reach out to Olectra, and they are giving proposals to us to have long-term association with us. Not that we want to go with them, but we have several other options to move forward in case if something goes deviated.
Sir, thank you very much for answering all my questions, and thank you very much, and wish you all the best for the future fundraising.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Gursharan Singh Sethi from GMA Advisors. Please go ahead.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to ask. Just seeing the performance of September.
Mr. Sethi, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you please switch to your handset while asking your question, sir?
Yes, a second, please. Is this okay now?
Yes, please.
I'm just seeing revenues in September have fallen from 281 to 177, while we were speaking in the previous call that we have enough of orders, about 1,300 buses, and we were assuring that more than 1,000 buses we'll be able to supply in this year. How many buses have we supplied in this quarter? And also want to inquire, what is the constraint? Like, when we have firm orders, when we have given guidance of over 1,000 buses in this particular year, in the half year, we haven't crossed half mark even.
Yeah, for this, Mr. Sharat, our CFO, shall reply to this.
This quarter 2, we have delivered 111 buses, and quarter 1, we delivered 169. Total overall 280 buses is what we have delivered. The reason for decline in quarter 2 was on account of the supply constraints which we have faced in quarter 2 in August, September with regard to the imports relating to cells, and there was a congestion as well as a typhoon in China, which has led to a delay. But as of now, we have sufficient stock for importing the cells. So as of now, we have sufficient stocks to take care of the execution of orders in quarter 3 and quarter 4.
Okay, but do you think you will be able to achieve 1,000 buses what you have guided in the previous call in this financial year?
Yeah, we are striving, but definitely it's a price-sensitive matter. So we would definitely are striving to do a better quarter H2 compared to H1.
Could you guide us how your October month has been? Is the supply side solved, as you were mentioning? Has October picked up very well?
Yes, it started picking up in the second half of October. So in November, we'll be doing very well.
Okay, because on Vahan, the registrations of Olectra buses doesn't seem to be so many.
No, it is Vahan portal, good number of registrations are shown.
No. October month, our registrations are not so great.
Right. See, the numbers that we have delivered is 117. And am I right?
111.
111. And this
no,
number?
It is up to September. I'm asking about October. You said the supply side is now resolved. So October also, I don't think we have supplied too many buses, manufactured too many buses.
See, what happens is, Mr. Sethi, the manufacturing supply, after post-manufacturing and supply, there will be some timeline of about 3 to 4 weeks for the registration formalities to get completed. So that is the reason whatever supplies we do to the operating company, so they will take some time for the registration. That is the reason maybe it is not reflected in Vahan. But November, you will start seeing increase in the registrations.
Oh, that is very encouraging. Just wanted to understand what is the status of our BEST order, which got into a limbo because of the court case. How many buses have we supplied in that?
Mr. Hanuman will address this.
Yeah, thank you. As we earlier disclosed, actually the matter is in the apex court, and maybe final hearing is there in November 14th or 15th. So mostly, since matter is sub judice, we are unable to give much beyond the point. And coming to the point, the number of buses delivered to the BEST as of now is a 14 number of buses.
Sorry, I didn't get the number.
14
buses we have supplied.
Yes.
Right. In the previous call, we were told about the tipper that we have already put to test, and we will be launching it in the second half. So by when can we expect about it, that the launch of tipper would be done?
It's a quite price-sensitive information because I think some approvals, homologation approvals related, actually it is in the process. At appropriate time, will come out to all the shareholders as a part of disclosures.
Okay, and how successful has been the test? Are we satisfied with the tipper which we have launched? Because that is thoroughly by indigenous technology.
Yeah.
Tipper, yes. We are very much satisfied, and it is very much proven. We have conducted the trials in the project site, and the trials are very, very successful than our expectations. Perhaps you may be knowing that this product is completely designed in-house, and in accordance to our designs, the product got developed, and the product which is developed, we have thoroughly tested. It is proven, and it is at the fag end of homologation. Perhaps you may be knowing that unless the homologation is completed, we shall not be allowed to market the product. So it is at the fag end of homologation, probably in a week's time, 10 days time, the homologation gets completed, and we shall be unveiling the product very soon.
That's fantastic. Sir, regarding the fundraise, it was mentioned that we'll be able to complete it in November. Are you on the same track, or is going to be pushed further?
We are in the process. Anyway, at the appropriate time, we'll come out with the disclosures, all that. We are in the process. We are in the right direction.
But in November, you think you are going to raise it as you had guided in the previous call?
I think we mentioned previous call, it is approximately, maybe here or there it can be completed. Anyhow, required disclosures can be given at appropriate time. We are in the right direction, very much.
Oh, lovely. That's nice. And this is going to be a strategic investor, or it's going to be only a financial investor?
We are exploring all the possibilities. The board has constituted a committee for that. We are exploring certain things, actually price-sensitive information. I think we are not supposed to come out. Even frankly speaking, still it is in exploring stages, so we can come out with that appropriate time.
Okay. Wish you all the best, and we look forward to a bright future of the company.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we take the next question, we'd like to remind you that you may enter star 1 to ask a question. Our next question is from the line of Rakesh from Axis Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. Sorry if I'm repeating the question. I might have missed out. What is your current order book, and what is the timeline you are, expecting to take to execute this entire order book which you have for the buses?
The current order book is 3,360, which is going to get completed in 18 months' time.
Okay. So, which means by the end of, by mid-2025. Sorry.
Yes. You're right.
Okay. And another question is, did I read your new numbers correct? Like in Q1 you had done about 169, and in Q2 you did 111 buses.
Yes, correct. You are right.
Yes, you are right.
Okay. And Q2 was largely impacted, you are saying, because of supply constraints.
Correct.
Okay. So just one additional question. What is the kind of technological tie-ups or support which you have undertaken, or you have undertaken any for tippers or haulage buses, right? I mean, what is the kind of requirement, or you have done any JVs, if you can highlight or provide some sense around that?
It is like this. The tipper and haulage trucks are designed in-house. We have not taken any design support from any of the other OEMs. They are all in-house design, and Olectra owns those designs. Regardless to those designs, we have developed the tipper. So this is the brief about the tipper and trucks.
So you are saying that is this end-to-end entirely designed in-house today, sir? I mean, what is the kind of imports you will be doing to build this truck? So what are the things you will be importing, or you are taking any technology from outside?
Yes, definitely. Cells will be importing as being done today. Apart from that, some of the child parts of the powertrain will also be imported.
And any technology transfers which you have taken?
No, since we have the technology in-house, we don't require to take any technology from outside.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next question is from the line of Puneet Chokhani from Black Gold LLP. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. A couple of questions. Thanks for the opportunity, firstly. So I wanted to clarify, what is the inflow of orders in this particular quarter that's gone by? In terms of number of buses? Hello?
Yeah, what is the other question?
Okay. I'll ask you all my questions. Number two was, so you said you delivered about 280 buses, and the previous participant asked if you're still guiding for the 1,000 bus delivery, which you had mentioned earlier. But I mean, it's clearly you're not going to be able to do it, because if you are doing 150 buses a month, then if you add up and if you operate at 100% utilization, that's when you deliver. But of course, it's manufacturing, so you'll have challenges. So I wanted your thoughts on that. Number three, your order book stands at 3,300 odd buses. You said 3,360 buses. I just wanted to understand again, I mean, your capacity expansion is delayed, which I understand is because of the fundraise. But if you have to deliver it in 18 months, if these buses need to be delivered in 18 months, then you'll have to sort of, get your capacity up and running in 12 months, because otherwise your 3,360 buses will not be delivered in 18 months, right? If you do 150 buses a month. And lastly, my question was, if you look at clearly the entire business revolves around buses at this point in time. You have an insulator business which is probably less than 20% of your revenue. What is the idea of still holding it in this particular company? I mean, your thoughts on that. Thank you.
Yeah. The first part is inflow of order. It is how many numbers? 520. 523 numbers is the order during this quarter, during last quarter. The other point what you have mentioned is, since the numbers are 3,300 numbers, how are we going to deliver in coming 18 months? As I was mentioning you, in coming 12 months, we will be completing the manufacturing facility. And once the manufacturing facility is completed, till such time, we will be delivering around 150 numbers. And subsequent to that, we shall be switching over to our new facility. In that, the capacity would be much higher than what today we are manufacturing, and the buses shall get manufactured there and they'll be delivered. So that's the plan of action what today we have. So the third question what you are asking is in accordance to the insulator. Yes, since it is the very old business wherein we are pioneers in polymer insulator business, and also we are doing 50% of our capacity to export the product to US. So we want to hold the business in the same company, and we want to continue.
So what would be the reason for that? I mean, even if you're exporting, what is the idea of keeping it in the same business? Because there's no synergy of any sort, and there will be no overlap. If please correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, there is no overlap in technology or manufacturing. They are completely different business verticals. So even if you're exporting to the US, how would that sort of add any value to a company which is primarily looking at so much potential in the electric bus business and growing capacity multifold?
You're right. I fully agree with you. There is no synergy between these two businesses. But the point is, having established this business almost 15 plus years, so we have the strength and we have established across the country that our product is approved all across the country, and we are the market leaders in it. And also, apart from this domestic business, we have also got very good approvals and recognition in the US market, with which having established long back and reasonably making the profits, so we do not have any idea, or we do not wish to evolve this business from this organization. Other than that, there is no hide and seek in this, and it's a very simple idea to continue this business in this organization.
Sure. Thank you for answering my question. Good luck, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Sudhakar Rao, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Mr. Rao?
Yeah, I'm here.
So, can you please take your
Good evening, gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. I'm Sudhakar from Secunderabad. I had several questions, but my chance has come at the back end of the phone call, so most of them have been asked and you have answered. Primarily, I was concerned about the core working for this quarter. The profit, revenue, everything were down compared sequentially, not half year as a whole, but sequentially if you compare with the June quarter, they fallen drastically. So you were saying that, and that's mainly because of very less sales, only 111 buses were delivered in the quarter. And that would be the main reason, and you also spelled out some reasons of supply constraints and all. I hope you'll get out of this problem, because the competitors are not facing that much problem. They are delivering in quite large numbers, especially the newer competitors. So I hope we don't miss out on the market opportunity, because we have a full order book, and deliveries to some of these queues are overdue, and you can make 100-150 buses per month. So 111 was very less. That was my first concern. And secondly, this e-tipper, you already told it will take some more time for that certificate of homologation. And this one regarding raising funds, 800 to 1,000 crores for the new greenfield project. This is November and still we have not yet raised the funds. Will you be able to stick to your target of June 23 commercial production if you raise funds now?
Yeah.
These are my questions.
Got it. So, question. You said that the other competitors do not have the issues in delivering. Probably I may have to bring to your kind knowledge that each and every OEM has got the same problem. We are also one among them. And if you just verify the total, we are the largest supplier. We are the largest supplier for the electric bus during this quarter when compared to any of the OEMs. Number two. Number three, yes, we are in line with our earlier plans to raise the funds, and we are sure that we will be completing the manufacturing facility in accordance to the earlier plan what we have leased.
Mr. Rao?
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we take that as the last question. I now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
So thank you very much. I think good questions. The investors have raised good questions. And also, I would like to reiterate to the investors that we shall definitely be reaching out to their expectations, number one. Number two, apart from the expectations, apart from the business, what today we are doing, I assure to the stakeholders that Olectra is developing, is striving for various other new products that has got tremendous amount of marketability and business. And we shall be reaching out to the expectations of the market. And very soon, probably next year, there would be several new products which shall get into the market from Olectra's side. So also, apart from the new products, parallelly we are developing the new facility as we are discussing, wherein we can manufacture all these new products apart from these buses, with which we shall, Olectra will be the market leader, and our products, more than anything, the products would definitely have a strong say in the market. So thank you very much. Thanks for your kind suggestions. Thanks for your understanding. Thank you very much for the participation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Axis Capital, that concludes this conference call. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.